Oh, we're live. Yeah, we should be live. I'm refreshing so that I can jump in on my own live stream.
Where
Yeah.
exactly are we live on?
If you go to my Facebook page,
Oh, near Facebook. Okay.
you just click on the yeah, the picture, and you should be able to see.
Links.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yay.
So we got in the chat we got ourselves Will, we got ourselves Mike, we got ourselves John, and we got ourselves me, and then eventually we're gonna get ourselves a Miguel. And that's good. Oh, there's James. What's up, James? It's always good to see you. Seems like he's like always first, right? Like James, like I feel like you're just living on it, like who's typing like a maniac?
Me, I'm sorry. Yeah. I should do it.
Type Meister. Type Meister.
Yeah. And then Kasim, what's up? Alec, what's up? Ricardo, what is up? All right, I'm gonna switch to the broadcast.
You need to get yourself a nice mic.
Yeah, Mike.
Damn it.
Get your shit in order.
Yeah.
$300 in it now?
Dude, what?
Yeah.
That's way too much.
I know.
Dude, like, it's like picking up all this ambience, though. What the?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's picking up the screen too, so.
Like, wait, it's picking up, like, the actual screen audio?
Through the mic.
Like, whoa. That is, like, intense.
That is meta, dude.
Alright, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, it should be good. Anyway, what's up, guys? What's up, everyone who's just joining the chat? Let's see who else we got up in here. We got Alec. We got Ricardo. James, another James. We got Tatiana. What's up, Tatiana? Luke. Michael Myers. Wait, what the? Michael Myers.
Dun, dun, dun.
Murderer in here. Hey, we got Danny G. Danny Garcia.
Danny!
And then we got Eigel. And then we got Diego. And we got Gordon. And then we got Hector. Hector! The best scene in that whole movie. The battle between Hector and Achilles.
Yeah, that was dope.
It is probably the best scene in all movies. There's no other movie that has a better scene. Nope, you're wrong. Your opinions don't matter.
Well,
Well, in The Last Mohicans, around 17, frame 17. Whatever.
17.
Whatever,
Yeah,
nerd. This one is, which is a good scene, which is arguably better than the scene that you would find in the Google. Anyway, yeah. Speaking of movies, anyone see a pretty good movie recently? I saw Star Trek and I loved it.
Oh shit, is it out?
Yeah, it was good. I saw it with Bea and we liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. Anyone else see Star Trek? Did you see Star Trek, Will?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Did anyone in the chat see Star Trek?
I
Yeah,
just saw
no?
Train Spotting recently for the first time. So
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out. I hear a lot about that. It's good.
Train Spotting.
yeah,
How was that? What was it about?
it's really good. It's about a guy who tries to get off of heroin, but like he goes through like all those funny addictions and like his stuff.
Wait, what? Is it a comedy?
Yeah, it's like a comedy, but like a little dark comedy as well.
Yeah, because of the heroin aspect
Yeah,
of it.
well, yeah, and then all the stuff he goes through with it, and like his buddies and how they try to take money from everybody.
I've been watching Mr. Robot. It's pretty
Ooh.
dope.
Oh, that's
It's
so
really
dope.
good. I like it a lot.
That one's hard, man. That one scares me a little bit.
Oh, does it? Why does it scare you?
Because it's very anonymous, like with the hacking.
Oh, I
of,
see.
Like financial stuff and technology.
What are you scared about?
It's too real. It's too real, man. It's too real.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I was actually thinking about it this morning. It's like I should watch that show. I hear a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
really
good
good.
things.
I think you'd like it. Kind of
Yeah.
has a Fight Club feel to it in a way.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm on my 5th episode of Stranger Things.
Ooh.
What?
Almost there.
Oh, you actually held on, John.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Still going.
I don't get it. Why haven't you watched it all the
He was doing it
Because
week to
trying
week
to
to
pace
control
myself.
way?
It's fun. I got something to watch every Friday, so it's cool.
I
Stranger
see.
Things in moderation.
Me and my girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah, I watched it 2 nights. Bea, we just like powered through it. It was good.
That's cool. It is good. I love it. It's really good.
And then I powered through by myself. Last Chance U, which is that football movie or series that just came out. That was pretty good too.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Have you seen Independence Day Resurgence yet?
Nah.
I saw it.
Is it stupid?
I like the older one better. It's as cheesy as the old one, but the old one has more heart, I think.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
The
of
effects is awesome though.
yeah, a lot of older movies have a lot more heart. Right?
Yeah, I was curious about that movie. Like I saw it, looked interesting, and then it just disappeared. I was like, whoa, whoa.
It didn't disappear. It's just
I just-
nobody's talking about it. Right?
No, that's the thing though. That's how it disappears.
Yeah, you're right. Like kind of like Ghostbusters. It just came and people were like losing their minds about how bad it was. And some people were like, it's not that bad. And then all of a sudden, just no one cares. It's like moved on. Because everyone's just like in Pokemon Go. Oh, segue. Like I hear Pokemon Go is doing some, or not Pokemon Go, the game, but the company, Niantic or whatever, Nimna. I don't know how to say it, but
Shit together.
I know. But that company, like I guess like they like it's just really buggy. The game's still very buggy, and people are like, "Hey man, like come on!" And then they like there was like a third party company who was making it easier for people, you know, who were like they basically were using this like third party app that helped them find the Pokemon better, you know, because this bug was just not fixed. So then people just weren't able to find the Pokemon according to the app. Like the app was saying that it's just like right there, but then they weren't actually finding the Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like it just was
Yeah.
not working. And so this app is like, no, this is exactly where these all Pokemon are at. You know?
Fix
The,
it for
the
us.
tracking
Yeah.
system was broken.
Yeah, exactly. And then people,
They came in and shut it down.
and then they shut it down, and then people were like, what? Well, then fix your problem. They're like, nah.
Yeah.
They haven't had any communication either. Like people have been complaining and like sending support tickets, and they don't respond.
That's crazy.
I've sent 2 support tickets on my end because I upgraded my Pokemon. Right, you gotta be a Pokemon master. So the item storage, like I wanted it to increase by like 100 more slots, and it didn't increase for me. I like sent I paid money or I paid coins or whatever to increase it, and it didn't upgrade. So I sent them like 2 support tickets already, and I still haven't heard back.
Yeah.
All right, that's kind of messed up though. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you're actually spending money and they're not like doing their thing,
Mhm.
they need to get back to you on that.
I heard they're sending rare Pokemon to apologize for their shit.
Yeah, well, now it's like because you know it's like a lot of people are really upset. And here's the thing, like I think they just did not anticipate the success of this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like huge, and I think that's really why what's going on. They're just
Yeah,
like,
people are dying.
yeah, people are dying, and like what?
That shit just got serious. Like,
Yeah,
throw that out there.
people are like falling off of cliffs in San Diego.
Yeah.
God, dude, look up.
People are dying.
Just
People are
look.
discovering bodies.
Yeah,
People getting stabbed in Anaheim.
look up.
Look it up.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
It's cool.
What? Look up. People just don't want to look up. Yeah, I mean, I've only played the game twice, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, and then just never played it again. But it's crazy because like my kids are now like in love with Pokemon, even though we haven't played it. Like they watch Pokemon TV shows. We have like these little Pokeballs we got from like those gumball machines that like you put $1 in, And then they got those, and they're just like, oh yeah, and they're like playing real Pokemon. They're throwing them around, and it's kind of,
Nice.
I'm like, this is better, you know. But like, one thing that I think people are starting to realize is that there's something nice about hanging out with real people.
Yeah.
Like forgetting that there was a time where you actually, to have fun, you needed to hang out with people. In fact, last night we were playing board games. Me, Will, and a bunch of other friends. I'm trying to get like a board game night going at least once or twice a week, to help with like my like increasing my library of board game design and knowledge, and to see like how to understand the reason why these things are fun and why people enjoy it. And my buddy Nick, he gave me a ride, and we were talking about it on the way home, and he was telling me, he's like, dude, that was like really fun. He's like, I never had that much fun in anything in a long time,
That's cool.
right? And I was like, oh, that's awesome. He's like, yeah, dude, like at one point, my heart was like beating so hard because I thought you guys were going to call me out and stuff, And I was just like sweating in my hands, and I was just freaking out. And nobody called it, and I just kept on winning.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, that's great.
What games did you play?
We played Zombie Dice and Coup,
Nice.
and Coup just steals the show. It's like
Yeah.
so fun. I think next,
board game night over here at my house.
yeah, maybe. What are you doing Friday?
I have to work.
What do you
Streaming at nine.
have?
Late stream.
What do you have during the weekend?
I don't think I have any plans.
Yeah, maybe.
Figured out.
Yeah, maybe this weekend.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we don't need a lot of people. Maybe we could play Sheriff of Nottingham, which is like another bluff-based game.
Alright.
And so, because I want to see other games and see what's great.
I want to play this game Catan because everybody talks about it.
Oh yeah, that's like on my list of games.
I will destroy you in Catan.
Do you have it, Will?
No, my old roommate had it.
Yeah.
I can get it though.
No, I'll probably get it just because I'm trying to build my collection. But there's another game that I have, which is Code Names, which my buddy Robert highly recommend. But anyway, getting back to the kind of the point of what I'm trying to say is that I think there's like this whole emergence of interactivity with people in like real social capacities, and I think like this whole board game industry is blowing up too. Like I've been looking into it, doing a lot of research. Like it's every year it grows about 20% in terms of interest, which is really really interesting. Because like what Nick was talking to me about when we were hanging out too, he's just like when people think board games, they think like Monopoly, like ugh, move and roll, move and roll, move and roll, right?
I love Monopoly.
I hate Monopoly. In fact, I don't know too many people other than John that truly enjoy playing that game.
Well, there's a way to mod it.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like the raw game,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we,
I know what you
for
mean.
instance, like Coup, we don't have to mod it. It's a game that's like genuinely fun. There's nothing about that game that you need to mod.
Right.
I mean, you could totally do it, and people, I'm sure, do. But like, the base game is intelligently and like creatively fun.
Was that zombie dice game?
Yeah, Zombie Dice, and then like
Called Zombie
Zombie Dice is also one of those games. But we modded ours, but even the mod was very simple. It made sense, which was the mod was that like if you roll 3 shots on your first roll, you lose all your points, no matter what. Like. And it's a interesting way to potentially capsize a player that's like in a lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like if I got a runaway lead on the first roll or something, but if on my third roll, like my third round of the roll is, if I roll 3 shots, then I lose all the points that I might have earned, which is interesting. And it happened to JP. He's the one that made the rule, and it happened to him, and we were laughing. And so, and then we also like said, what if you get 3 runners, then you have to skip your turn? Just like really fun, interesting, like potentially game-changing mechanics, but not like huge, nothing like crazy. But like with Monopoly, yeah, you have to like kind of say, yeah, I remember we used to play cutthroat rules, like when me, Kaylin, and us we used to play, like, which was just like rules that allowed you to get out of circumstances. Like if you rolled on somebody's property,
Exactly.
you can be like, I'm going to do cutthroat, which means like if you can roll double or something, right, then you can get out of that property, right? But if you don't successfully roll doubles, then you have to pay double the rent. So there's like a chance, because you kind of have to, because there's sometimes people are circumstantially just behind in the whole game,
Yeah.
and they're not cunning enough to kind of try to talk themselves out of situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the best way to play that game is Monopoly is just teaming up with other people and stuff, and like working together, like have to bring others down and stuff. And it's just really fun.
So games like Catan have Catan specifically revolutionized this idea that you could take a game like Monopoly, make it a little more complicated, add a little bit more depth, but it's not so much more. It's just enough that all of a sudden you got a game that's like Monopoly. It's about like economy and like managing your resources, but in a very clever and a very strategic way that you make choices based off your circumstances, not your circumstances forcing your choices.
Well, also
right?
it has an end game. Monopoly sometimes
could
take
true.
like 4 hours and still not have.
Like they didn't they didn't design that game to end.
Yeah.
Like it just was not in the cards. Right? Like the game could literally last. Like I remember we played for 3 hours, and I was just like so sick and tired. I was like, I just want to stop playing this stupid game. Like, and I was winning. I was just like, oh, God, like no one's gonna land on my properties ever, and and it's just like this constant going back and forth and going around the world, and people get eliminated sometimes so quickly in that game, and it's not fun if you get eliminated like in the first 5 seconds. Like for instance, last night, like Oakley kept getting eliminated in the first round, but it was funny though because he would do it by just going balls to the walls. Like he would just like always call people bullshit and lose. He's like, "No, I don't think you got it, Captain. Parlay." And then we were just cracking up, and then he just totally got wrecked. And then there was an instance where I was like, "There's no way Christian has a Duke," and he had a Duke. It was crazy. I was like, "What? When did you get that?" He's like, "I don't know, actually, but I've had it this whole time." I was just kind of like, "What? What is AJ talking about?" And I was like, "Oh God, I suck at this." But yeah, it's cool, man. And like, so there's a game called Sheriff of Nottingham that I really want to play, and basically it's the same kind of thing where you are trying to bluff, but you're smuggling goods to the Sheriff of Nottingham. You're trying to actually like export like illegal goods, and so each player plays Sheriff of Nottingham at least twice. And so let's say you're sheriff and I'm not. I'm like, "Hey, sheriff. So I'm just trying to get these 3 apples past the border. Like, don't worry, there's nothing shady in there, But just to make sure, that you have a good day, I want you to feel that you're doing good work here, sheriff. Here's a couple coins, and that's just to kind of persuade you to not open my thing,
I like that. Yeah.
But if there is like contraband in there and you open it, then I have to pay the penalty for that contraband. But if there is no contraband and I was entirely honest and you opened it, then you have to pay the fee for all the legal goods, right? And the object of the game is to have the most currency at the end.
That's
right?
cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea. And I see people play it online and it looks a lot of fun. And like what I'm getting at is there's this emergence of games that are just getting people to sit down in front of one another and play, because it's just because last night it was a great example. We were all having a really good time. I had a blast. I don't know about you, Will. Like, how did you feel? Like, what did you think of Coup?
It was really fun, but I feel like I had to think of what I was gonna do every turn a lot more, just because depending on my choices, like the next round screw me over with a lie or if I'm trying to bluff or whatever, So I have to be very strategic and careful of what I lie about. So
I love those kind of games. Bluffing.
that
and stuff
was
is
a lot
really
of fun,
cool.
but trying to think of the strategy for that.
I hated you because you kept on. I was playing. We kept on calling the people that did that Palpatine. We were just all getting into Nick. I was always getting into his head. Me and Christian would always get in Nick's head. We're just constantly just don't do that.
Yeah.
Join the dark side. And then there was a guy named Travis, a really awesome guy, and I persuaded him to do a certain thing, and he did it. And then I was like, "All right, hey Christian, now we got to work together."
Yeah.
And then Travis is like, what? And then I was like, see, now what's happened is, you know,
Yeah, that's the thing. You could work together on that thing for sure.
Yeah.
Like just talking to other players and just be like,
Yeah.
yeah, you want to do this? We can do this.
yeah.
We do this.
In one instance, I like totally lied about having a Duke, and JP is like suicidal, and I shouldn't have done it because I lied about it, right? But I was like, I thought I did a good job because even Oakley was like, what? You lied? You know, because he didn't believe, right? He truly believed that I had a Duke. And then there was another instance where Will, I think, fully believed I didn't have a Contessa, right? And I did. And it screwed Will, and Will was like, ah. And I even gave Will a chance. I was like, I swear on my children.
Yeah.
And he's like, you wouldn't do that. Like,
Somebody asked if anybody has played Gloom before. GLO.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Like, whoever wrote that, explain best way you can how that game is played. But anywho, yeah, like these kinds of games are cool, man. And I think there's something there about like making fun and quick games
Yeah, I hear you.
that there's nothing that a video game can truly do. Like a video game cannot really replicate what Coup did. You know, like you can't necessarily make a game like that through the like. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, there was a time where remember, like when you would have like the Nintendo 64 or like even the GameCube. Like you had to go to your friend's house to play a multiplayer game. And I think the internet, as great as it is, I think people forget that it's just like something nice about just being in the same room while playing a multiplayer game, right? Like some of my best experiences in multiplayer have been just like where I'm sitting right next to my friend.
Yeah, man. I mean, we used to play Xbox, Xbox.
Oh yeah, our friendship was like built
And,
on that foundation.
Yeah, just link the different Xboxes together and play.
Oh, dude, you know, what if we did that? What if we go and like buy like a bunch of like Xboxes, you know, like or just like two of them. We don't need a lot. We just need like two or three.
'Cause it's too expensive.
I don't think so. And just buy Halo. Just buy Halo 1 and buy like two Xboxes,
Yeah.
right?
I think it's like $250 for the Xbox One or whatever.
No way. I'm sure there's a way you could find it for cheap. It's not like the Nintendo where it's like super
Like that's
super
not
rare.
cheap. $250 is like dirt cheap.
That's
Consoles.
no, that is not cheap. $250. That's like $100 away from the main console. Yeah, right. I'm not gonna spend like $250
I
just.
get lucky finding it for like 100.
Yeah, go like Craigslist and find it for like $20, and then like, you know, then we
Yeah,
can.
it sounds like a good idea, just linking them up in one room and playing.
Yeah, and just like have two TVs and just all play, like, you know, because even when we play Smash Brothers, that was always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, Smash Brothers is like a thing. We should make game nights too, like just play like old school four player or three.
Kick Will's ass again.
Oh
Rabbit?
snaps!
What? Hey, hold on. I remember the last time you came over and played Smash, I kicked your Ness's ass.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
He got taken down, so don't even give me that shit.
Oh snap!
You played one game and you cried
Oh.
after winning.
Oh.
Not even.
Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna still draw.
But yeah, we should play again. Will, we should play again.
Well, I need a Wii U. I don't have a Wii U here at the house anymore.
Sucky.
Do you have one?
No. AJ has one. I think I could get.
All right, I'm back.
And get your Wii U, AJ.
Okay.
Sweet.
I mean, if I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna probably be playing it at your place anyway. Seriously.
Yeah, bring it over, man.
Yeah, because there's like Mario Party and all those other games. We should like
Yeah.
just set up a time where we just game.
Let's do it.
Just like remember GoldenEye? We should play GoldenEye, like Golden
Shit,
Gun,
classic.
Golden. Is it the Golden Gun? Or Golden.
Golden gun.
Yeah, and just like one shot or slaps only. Dude, I remember me and Kaylin used to play San Francisco Rush, and we would just crack the hell up. Or like Wayne's Gretzky hockey 64.
Yeah, that was the best.
It was-
Just pass and shoot, pass and shoot.
And
That's the way to win.
there's people like when you check somebody, they would fly like 100 miles in the air. And
I remember.
we would just stop and replay it and just watch that it's garbage. And NFL Blitz, that was a good one.
Mortal Kombat.
Now shut your mouth.
Ultimate.
Now shut your mouth. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see who else is. Anyone else remember those days? Or is it just us oldies?
The guy who was talking about Bloom said it's a thematically a lot like the series of unfortunate events novels, except a bit darker. I just lost it. Hold on. I need to open up this shit. I failed reading that.
What about you, Michael? What is your favorite game
Except a bit
experiences?
darker.
Well, I remember, like back in the day, when I was in high school, me and my friends, we'd go to a skate park and then we'd come back and be playing Smash Bros with like 4 of us over at my buddy's house. And I always thought I was the best, but I was never the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I got you. You ain't got nothing on me. And then like our friend, his name is Dewey, always kicked our ass. Always.
Dewey.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, his name's Brandon Gokenauer. He's German, but we called him Dewey as his nickname.
what? Why?
I honestly don't remember. We've been friends for years.
Like Brandon Goosenhire?
Fuck it.
Gochenmeyer?
Gokenhauer. He's gonna hate me if he sees this.
So, your name is now Dewey.
But yeah, like all the same things. I mean, classic, like playing Halo, playing Gears of War, you know, that sort of thing. But when it comes to these board games, I'm totally clueless. Like, I didn't know they were still popular, honestly.
They're actually pretty huge. There's like a sub. Like right now, this week is one of the biggest gaming conventions, which is
Gen Con, right?
Right.
Gen Con, yeah.
Okay.
And it's
It had a
huge.
resurgence like in the past few years, I think.
Yeah, it's been growing a lot because people. I think that's what I'm saying. Like getting back to the point about like this whole Pokemon stuff is that people are enjoying each other's company again. You know, like hanging out because like we're so disconnected that people are really, oh yeah, hanging out with people is actually pretty genuinely fun. And
Cool.
yeah, it's something that I'm starting to become a big fan of.
I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah. I mean, right now, like, this is pretty cool. Like, us all streaming, and we're all hanging out. Everyone's in their respected locations. I actually kind of wanted to do I found a really cool website called Roll20. I wanted to find time to do, like, D&D sessions online, too, and just have people hang out with us, and we're just playing D&D.
Cool.
That sounds cool.
I was actually thinking about this, too, John. I was thinking that we could play my version of D&D, like, doing the same thing, like, using, like, Stream, and I just draw.
Yeah.
I could just
that'd
like
be
use
cool.
Photoshop and just draw and just like how you guys could see the characters,
It's a good idea.
right? Like,
That sounds pretty cool.
like if I were to just do something like this, where it wouldn't even be, it wouldn't be anything fancy. It'd be like, here's John. John is an epic warrior with an epic sword that looks kind of like one of those like airplane guider things. He has 2 of them. Or like one of those freaking cheap lightsabers that have sections to them. Yeah, that's his sword. And then, like, just have your character walk around. And just, like, and then draw the things as they come and just save it as Photoshop files.
Yeah, it's a good
So
idea.
you could use the Photoshop layers to like make it hop around. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like, what else we could do is, because there's, like, you know, if you go to Google, you can just, like, roll random dice. And you can do that, like, through Google. It's, like, really awesome. And so we can add elements like that.
It's a good idea. Let's do it.
Yeah, I haven't thought about how to implement it, but I think it's a fun.
Tatiana said, playing co-ops with my ex on Xbox, not talking for an hour afterwards. It's good times.
Yeah, some games are best. Some games are best played by themselves. Yeah, like super competitive people
It's so funny.
are not fun to play with in general.
Yeah.
My brothers just, they used to hate me so much. It's so cool. Will too.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Ku was doing that with, like, we were all joking about it. We're like, yeah, we all came here as friends, and now we don't like each other at all. Because we were just lying back. There's an opportunity. I was thinking about doing it because it would increase the drama of the game, but I didn't do it because I felt like it's like no point. We're about to end the game anyway. But like, there's a point where I convinced Nick not to kill me, right? And everybody else is like, that is like the most idiotic thing you could do, right? Because I had enough to kill him, like, and I was right after him. So if he didn't kill me, and I killed him, that would have been like the ultimate, like, the scene from Star Wars. Anakin, you were like a brother. And like,
You were the chosen.
you were the chosen one. Like, and Nick's just burning with all his limbs everywhere, and he's like, you underestimate my power. And I'm just like, yeah, like, just let him burn, and let him die. Um, it would have been total. It would have been really, really funny. Because if I would have done that, let me think. If I would have done that, the only other person that would have been dangerous would have been Christian, and I think I could have beat him, right? I don't think. I mean, I don't think I could have beat him. So like, the alternative was to get second place, you know, or just be able to say I didn't die because I chose this path, and that's what we did, and that was great. I killed. So he killed one person, and I killed the other person, and it was just me and him after that. But he won because he had the captain, right? And so there's nothing I could do. And it's funny because right when he was getting to the point where he was going to coup me, I had to call his bluff, even if he wasn't bluffing, you know, because it's like the safest thing you could do. I was going to die anyway. And we were all saying, like, if he doesn't have a captain, right? Like, if this whole time he was lying, and I'm calling him on his bluff about having a captain, you know, then I win. It would have been epic, but of course he did have a captain, so I was like, all right, well, damn it. It was so fun, man. We had a blast.
Yeah, maybe this weekend we can play again. Let's do it.
I don't want to play games with you, John.
Yeah, Will really gets mad.
He does.
I do. John's a dick.
Yeah, we used to get
pushing
mad.
buttons.
We all
I
used.
like pushing buttons till something happens.
Such a dick.
I'm
All right,
sorry, Will.
let's see what's going on here. Let's see who else is up in here. We got Kalen. We got Nick. Oh yeah, Nick's up in here talking with the fools. We got Zach. What's up, buddy? Marin. What's up? Jeffrey. Tycho. Boss Monster is a great game. Never played that. Sounds awesome. Tabiosa. Jarrett. Alex. What's up, Alex? Zabby.
Zaps.
Yeah, Jason. What's up? Jason, you're tight. You're a tight person. Andro. Andro's asking a question too. Do you guys have an essential tip when artists are doing an art test for a company? I just got an opportunity for the first time to try out for a professional studio, and I could use some guidance. Yeah, I think like the best advice I can tell you, which is pretty obvious advice, which is obviously do your best. But aside from that, sometimes they'll give you a time limit, like a week or 2 days or whatever their time limit may be, right? You just decide, ask yourself, do you want to submit something that is turned in on time, or do you want to submit something that's really good? Now, obviously, if they ask you for a week and you do it in like 3 months, then that might not be, ideal. But if you go over a day or two or even a week, I think that's fine, especially if you do really good, right? Because the worst case scenario is that you don't get the job anyway, And I don't think there's any risk, truly, if you take a little bit more time on it. And so I would say, yeah, just work on it until it's really what you think it is. And look at the work that they have on their site or in their projects to kind of get an idea of the kind of work that they're looking for. Look at other artists that may potentially work there, if that information is available to you. If it isn't, just, and again, do some research, and you can get yourself a pretty objective point of view. So I hope that helps out. Oh yeah, and to go back to the guy's game, Gloom. Like, what else did he say? Did you find it, or you just?
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
It says it's a lot. thematically like a series of unfortunate events novels, except a bit darker. It says you try to make your family as depressed as possible before killing them off.
Damn.
The game ends when one player has killed off all their characters.
Wow.
That sounds fun.
Brutal.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, see, like games, the board game industry or the analog game, they play with a lot of like really cool thematics and like things that require players to. Because the advantage of a board game versus any other game is that you can sit there, right, and you can talk, and that talking is a part of thing. Like that's a hard thing that you cannot do in like a video game.
Yeah.
And like I think there are occasions where you can do that. For instance, when we used to play World of Warcraft, like hunting people down and murdering them, like that added an element of a game that like games like DayZ try to do, or all these survivor genre games, which is that there's a psychological aspect of it that the game designers may have not anticipated, entirely, but then people truly embraced. For instance, like in DayZ, it was so funny to hear how like people would like capture somebody. They'll find a group of people, they'll capture them, they'll put them in a bus, right? You hear about this? They'll like put them in a bus, and then they'll like drive out to like this like obscure location, and then they'll throw down like an axe or a bat in front of two people, and they say, "Whoever wins, let them go."
Oh my god.
And it's hilarious because these
Right.
people would totally do this, and they the players that are doing it, they're going for it too because it's not real. Like no one's really dying, so it's just kind of like this fun scenario that they're playing.
Yeah.
And then like one instance, like one person's like, "Nah," and he just starts to book it, and they're like, "All right, get him." And then like one of the people has like a sniper rifle on the bus, and he's just like shooting at him, and he's trying to dodge it, and then he gets him eventually. It's just so funny.
Yeah, you can't even like script something so perfect.
Yeah,
You know, that's like genuine interactions between these people.
yeah. And it's at the end of the day, it's like playful. And then on the reverse side of that, you have people who are like there was this video a long time ago where some guy was robbing another guy, right? And the guy was just like, "Please, please, like don't kill me, don't kill me. Like I just got like I got all this stuff. Like please, 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 And then the other guy's like, calm down, all right? I'm not gonna kill you, okay? I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna take this, all right? I'm gonna take this gun. I'm gonna take some of your ammo. But I'm going to leave you this can opener, all right? Don't lose your can opener. Can openers are freaking essential survival. I just need this gun. Everything is yours, all right? And he's like, "Oh, thanks, man. Thanks." He's like, "I'm just taking this gun, all right? We're good here, right?" He's like, "Yeah, all right. Count to 10, and then you can get up." And then he just, like, rolls out, and the guy, like, even though he was robbing him, he, like, was giving him some advice, and, like, just like, this is a hard world we're living in.
Yeah.
So just try to survive. And he's just trying to survive too. And it's like, yeah, those moments are really awesome,
Kind of like anti-hero-esque. Whatever.
Yeah, so like I'm a big fan of that. I'm like trying to find more and more games that like do that put me at odds with my friends, versus just playing a game that even like my teenage son, he was asking for Battlefield 1. The new one that's going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pretty much telling I'm not going to buy that game. It's like, if you want it, you save up your own money and you buy it yourself.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what? I was like, yeah, because I've bought you already like 3 or 4 games in the last 2 or 3 months. Like I bought him Overwatch, I got him like the Call of Duty games, and I'm just like, he just cycles through them because like their engagement is pretty simple. It's just run and shoot, run and shoot. I mean, at least Overwatch, like, because it's a team player game, there's like an opportunity for you to really interact with one another in a fun and engaging way.
Yeah.
But like Call of Duty is just, I think people are getting tired of just like running and shooting at each other. Yeah, there's really no value there.
Yeah, like for me, like even with Call of Duty, like I think I enjoyed Call of Duty a lot when it came to competitive because I was able to, like, it was more connected, like talking to your teammates and stuff, and you could talk to the enemy team, and just talk shit and stuff. That was always fun. But after Battlefield came out and stuff, I was just like, this is cool, but I want to talk to people, right? And that kind of brings the whole like connection away. because people are just like playing by themselves, and they can't talk to anybody.
Yeah, you're just playing against advanced AI if you really think
Right.
about it. You're
So
not playing against players, even though it literally is players, but like you're not
yeah,
experiencing them.
and I love that, but I think I love the most is just working together, an organized team, really trying, winning, which Overwatch definitely does, and that's why I love that a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I were to play Battlefield 1, I would want to play with friends and stuff, and like get real serious about it, and like slaughter
Yeah.
folks. That's the way you should play. It's just like communicating with others. I guess it's like alcohol, right? You have to play alone. You
Okay.
have to drink it alone.
You're just drinking alone.
Yeah.
This is really sad.
Oh my god, man.
You know what? I can kind of see the correlation.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm on the same train with that one. Like, I used to play like a lot more games when I was younger, and then through college I just didn't have time. Now that I'm graduating, I finally have some time back. But getting games just isn't fun for me. Like, I have Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, and like several other games, but I've never played them. And I sit here and I think, like, why don't I like these games? And I figured it out. It's like I like games that I get to talk with people and play with people.
Right.
I don't want to play by myself. What's the point?
But if
You know
it's
what I
a
mean?
good story, and like it's a good story, and it's
Yeah, I'm not
well
knocking
for
Mass
lost,
Effect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I'm
that's
sure
a-
these games are great. Like Last of Us was fantastic. My favorite game. Like,
But in terms
hands
of
down.
like how long it can last you, like when it comes to fun, that's where like communication, competitive
dog.
is probably the best.
Was that a dog?
Yeah, that was my dog. My mom stepped on my dog.
Oh,
Oh.
His name is Prince. Anyway, yeah, playing with people just changes everything. When John and I started talking more, when playing Overwatch, it just got a lot more fun, and we started doing way better.
yeah.
So
This is starting to look like Josh Singe. You guys know that?
I don't know who that is.
I
That
swear-
looks like the dude from Drake and Josh to me.
I
Kind of.
I squared up his jaw, and then all of a sudden I see Josh Singe, and I'm just gonna keep it this way. Like if he grew like one of these epic mustaches. Josh, if you're ever watching this, grow your mustache this way, please. And anyone who knows him and wants to message him, say, hey, you need to look at the latest image. I'll actually tag him to this image when I post.
It's gonna be
I
funny.
was like, I did not know, but I was channeling a little bit of Josh in here.
Brian Bledsoe's here.
Oh, what? Someone from the past.
He loves you.
I love you too.
Speaking of
Playing
board
game
games,
or games.
games.
Yeah, remember that time, Bledsoe? We played poker, and do you still believe that you would have won that hand, the 3-pair? You still believe 3-pair wins?
That was so funny.
Me and Caitlin were talking about it the other day. We were laughing. I don't mean to put
I
a
love you.
yeah. I don't mean to shine a light on you. And because you just joined in, you're like, "Hey guys," and they're like,
It's roasted.
remember how you don't know how to play poker?" And he's like, "What? Aw, never hanging out again." No, that's funny, man. That's classic. That was a classic moment. And I've never forgotten that moment because we were all like just cracking up. Yeah. I'm just curious if you remember. Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, our good friend Brian, good guy, we were playing poker, and what ended up happening was that I think it was something along the lines of like someone had a better 2-pair than Brian Bledsoe. There was like a pair on the flop, right, that everybody shared, and then there was a pair that was made by one player. Let's say that they made a pair of kings, and then the pair of 2, which was the shared pair. And so Bledsoe also had the pair of 2s because it was a shared, but then he also had, let's say, like a 7 and an 8. Like he had, basically he had the better pair, like in terms of he had 2 pairs of 8s and 2 pairs of 7s, but it's the high card pair wins, so the kings would beat out the 7 and the 8 or whatever. But Bledsoe's like, no, I got 7, 8, and 2s. I got 3 pair, and we're like, what the? And it was just funny. And I think he knows now, but it's funny. At the time, we were all like kids. We didn't know any better. We just knew enough that it's a 5-card hand, and we were just like arguing. Like I forgot how long the argument went. it was a while. Like,
We didn't have Google back then.
yeah, it took like at least 20 minutes before we resolved it. And he's like, fine, whatever, you guys outnumber me. But I swear I saw it on TV. And we're like, what? Yeah, we didn't have Google. There was like, because you could do that now, right? Like, I love whenever, what was it, like the Rogue One argument that I had, right? I was like, no, I'm pretty sure Rogue One is on Netflix, like a Netflix TV series. And then you guys were like, no, I think it's a movie. And I was like, no, I think you guys are wrong. And I was like, well, why don't we just Google it? And I Googled it, and then I was like, oh, no, I'm wrong. You guys are right. All right, argument settled. Move on. Right? Like, move on with life. And so we didn't have to argue for 30 minutes
Yeah.
about something stupid that I just misread or was misinformed. But it's funny. I think the same thing happened, too. Like, I was talking to somebody back in the day when we didn't have the internet like that, and they believed that, like, Donald Glover was like in all these movies, but it was actually like Morgan Freeman. And I was just like, dude, trust me, it's not. It's Morgan Freeman. He's like, no, it's Donald Glover. Like, okay, who's in Predator 2? Morgan Freeman. No, Donald Glover. Who's in Lethal Weapon? Morgan Freeman. Like, what? No, Donald Glover was in Lethal Weapon movies. And then, like, a movie with Morgan Freeman, like Shawshank Redemption. Oh, that was Donald Glover. It's like, no, what the? And, like, we were arguing hardcore. I don't think that argument ever got resolved, me and my buddy. Because we didn't have the internet. You can just go look at IMDb and just, like, find out that he was racist right at that moment. See? And you're racist. Yeah, I mean, is Brian still here? Still hanging out, Ryan?
He didn't say anything.
He just
Hey, Jay, I love you.
and he just left.
Yeah, his feelings are hurt.
I'm sorry, Brian. If you watch this again,
I was right.
I
Broke his heart.
appreciate you. Anyhow,
It's Danny Glover, not Donald.
Donald Glover. Donald Glover is freaking
Gambino.
Gambino. See, I'm racist.
Oh, you fucked up.
Yeah, see, someone did a quick Google search and proved me wrong again. Yeah, see, that's what Google's for, That's why.
Isn't it powerful? Look how quick you got called out.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, I was wrong. And that's funny because I would have probably never got that wrong if I didn't know who Donald Glover was, right? I was like, it felt wrong off my tongue, but I'm just gonna stick with it because I've already said it. But now I got corrected. Like, that's what's wrong with North Korea. They don't have the internet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Miguel's here.
You know, because if they had the internet, they would realize, hey, why does everyone have it so much better than us? Like, wait, we're supposed to actually have like happiness? What is going on with this stuff? Like, like North Korea, that's the whole reason why they get pissed at South Korea all the time. Because South Korea is like on the borders. A lot of these like South Korean, activists are like shouting with like megaphones and super speakers, like, "Dude, you guys are getting fucked," And they're like,
Did you still want Miguel in the call?
"Yeah, of course."
Alright.
Can hang out for a few more
I'm gonna head out.
minutes.
I think he's in.
Hello.
There he
Hey,
is.
what's up, man?
All right, let's end the stream. See you guys.
All right.
Thank-
Everyone have a good day.
Peace.
What's up, Miguel? How you doing, man?
I'm good. I just had a meeting over Skype.
Oh yeah, nice.
Double Skype.
Double scale. How was your meeting? Was it good?
It's
Can't
good.
share the details.
Productive.
The chair meeting. So it was like me showing stuff on to my boss.
Oh yeah. Wait, are you trying to cry out for help? Is everything okay? Wink,
I'm
wink,
actually in a warehouse right now.
wink twice if you're in trouble.
They left me my iPad. Skype.
They left you Skype access to the outside world to communicate. Yeah, and
Meeting, little dude.
I'm painting Josh Singe if he had like a crazy, like, motorcycle mustache. I didn't realize it was until halfway through, but now I am. I'm gonna stick with it. This is gonna be his self-portrait. He's gonna change his profile picture. I'm gonna force it on him because he is in a warehouse right now. He is not. He did not move to Utah. He's actually in my basement. He is a prisoner.
So you kidnapped him.
So anyway, Pokemon Go, right? That's a crazy thing. Like, what else happened to? Like, you sent us an article which was,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it was the Arc Productions in Canada.
Oh yeah,
Animation
they
studio.
closed. Like they just locked all
this
their employees.
sucks. This
Locked out
sucks.
their employees.
How does that work? What if you had what if you left your iPad at your desk? You just not get to get your iPad back.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Like, are they just like, I guess this is ours to liquidate?
what?
They just sell it off.
Yeah, they
I'm
sell it
sure.
off to
I'm
help
sure there's
the
a way for them
bankruptcy.
to contact that though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
like
sure
all
there
their
is.
personal belongings. Like, think of all
I
the
hope
stuff, like
so.
little, if you have like toys and collection stuff on your desk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely stuff that people leave. You're right.
Sorry guys, you just don't get to have this anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some. I'm sure that's not like an A. It might be like a little stretched. You know, we don't have all the information. Like lockout could basically just mean like, sorry, like don't come to work today.
Yeah, I always wondered about that. I'm assuming they have like a follow-up day where they just like
There's
come
a
up, get your junk or something, or your personal belongings.
there's a letter that had pretty much most of the information of what happened to them.
Oh, yeah?
Because it was the same letter that they posted at the door of the studio. It's what they sent their employees.
Yeah, can you put that article in the chat so for anyone who's
Yeah, I
interested?
was just doing that.
Yeah, because got to help out our fellow friends. So if you guys know any person that's from that studio, reach out to them. And for anyone who's looking to employ people, reach out to those people. Anyone who may be listening to this, help out.
That's shitty.
This happens, you know.
Here, I'll put that one.
I don't know anyone personally. At least I don't think I do. And if you're a person that follows me and watches my videos or whatever, and this happened to you, let us know. Put your name out there. Get you guys chances.
Alright,
'Cause-
I have to head out, y'all.
Yeah, it was great talking with you, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to
Later,
stop this
John.
stream in the next 5-10 minutes
Sorry,
anyway.
gonna hang Miguel. He's out.
See you, John. Have a good day.
Later, buddy.
Bye.
Yeah, so my goal with these things too is just to hang out with you guys more often. Hang out with friends, colleagues, and also do a sketch here and there.
Countrymen.
Yeah, and then hang out with the people, the world, and then we just have conversations about what's going on, our perspective on this. You know, maybe in the future the production of this will be a little bit more like streamlined. We'll have like topics and like like what you call it, like things popping up on the screen. I don't know. That seems like a lot of work. Yeah, not gonna do that. But at least like just talking about current affairs, movie reviews potentially. Because for instance, like Star Trek was great. I think Star Trek was really good. I want to talk about it. I think Star Trek did what the second Star Trek didn't do. The first Star Trek was great because it was just like this action adventure movie. You know, basically Star Trek with a love letters to Star Wars from Star Trek. And then Star Trek 2 was just like, I'm not sure what happened entirely, but like they were just trying to do more of the same. But then Star Trek 3 was really cool because they focused on all the different characters, you know, and their relationship to one another and like their personalities and all that fun stuff, right? And it was just like, it was really cool. It was really good. I think a lot of the characters are just, like the actors and stuff that they casted for those roles are perfect, man. They like are really great and they're really friendly with one another. Oh, and there was like really awesome call outs to like the old Star Trek too. Like for instance, Sulu, you know, in the movie has a husband,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know if
There was a full thing about that actually.
oh yeah, like
Yeah.
when that moment I didn't know anything about that, right? Like I just came into the movie watching it, and then when that moment popped up, I was like, wow, what a great thing to do. Right, like what a nice it's not a lot. Like they didn't put it in your face. Like, hey, look how like it was just like everybody was going to their families, and his family happened to be his husband and his daughter, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like they didn't like there was no kind of like batting of an eye or anything. They didn't like highlight it or anything. It was just like this is Sulu, you know. And everyone's gonna this is just how it is in the future. People are just totally inclusive, or not even inclusive. It's just like this is just the way of life, and it's super normal. Nobody worries about it. And I was like, yeah, that's great. If you would have not known anything about it, like why that's important in terms of the Star Trek franchise, like that's like it only made sense to me because of the original actor, right?
George Takei.
Yeah, he's gay, right?
Yeah.
And so
They actually asked him about it, um, if they can make him gay, make Sulu gay, and he actually said he didn't want them to because it's against Roddenberry's original decision. But they did it anyways, so he was kind of like, he had mixed feelings about it. So he was like talking about how like it was a tribute to me, but at the same time, it's not like true
yeah,
to the
I can see that.
creation. Yeah.
Well, it's part of his original vision was that the different ethnicities would all be working together on a ship. You know, it was like part of the idea. So like I think it's like a more modern,
Yeah.
just like updating to that.
Yeah, I think he has a point, right? Because he's not like, don't do it just because I'm gay, right? Like that, like, but at the same time, I don't think he can be mad at it. It's like he's like, I get it. They're just trying to, they're not doing it because it wasn't flashy. It wasn't like they made like a huge statement about it, like in the movie. Like I had no idea, and then when it popped up, I just thought, wow, what a really nice thing to kind of have. And then but the movie kept playing, and I just watched the rest of the movie, and it was like never thought about it again. It literally is just like one moment, and it's not just him; it's like all these other characters and how they have family and friends that they're care about. So when the stakes increase, like it's like when not only do we have to make sure that the main characters survive, but the characters on the place that all their families are at, right? And all these innocent people are going to get murdered, you know. And so you're just kind of like, yeah, okay. It was great. I loved it. I loved the whole movie. It's definitely something that I think I'll add to my collection. And visually speaking, dude, it was great. They're like freaking makeup. It was like off the charts. It was intense, man. I was like, what? That guy looks amazing.
Off the makeup chart.
Yeah, it was just like, wow, that guy looked freaking rad. You know? It was like the main villain. He looks freaking amazing. And then they had like a secondary character, and she looked great too. Right? And I was just like, I don't even know who that actress is. Like, is that
White-faced lady in the trailer?
Yeah, I was like, I had no idea who the actress was. And then afterwards, I like Googled it, and I was like, oh, is that chick? Holy smokes! Like that's how good the makeup was. It's just like you had no idea, right? It was really good. Yeah, movies are fun. Like I like movies like that. Just like a lot of adventure, a lot of fun, a lot of character building. It's good stuff.
I'm gonna try and go see a Suicide Squad this week.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday.
How do you guys feel about that? You guys excited?
I kind of was, but then I've seen some reviews already, and it's not good. So I don't know.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna keep an open mind when I go see it. I wanted it to be good.
Oh, okay.
Well, you haven't seen it yet, so we'll have to
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
Yeah.
I normally don't watch reviews for that purpose. I feel that sometimes that reviewer, whether I like it or not, their opinion seeps through into my opinion of the movie. I have all of a sudden, and I think it's like I try to think that I'm beyond that I can totally see past it. But there was like I think there was an instance where I actually watched the movie, and as I was watching the movie, that person's criticism like floated in my head, and I was like, yeah, I could see why they didn't like this, you know. But I was like, wait a minute. Is that true though? You know,
Yeah.
or did I that just manifest? Like, would I still would have thought that way if I didn't? And I think that's probably what's wrong with a lot of the reviews coming out earlier. Is that like like we didn't have that really in movies back in the day. Like we just had to watch it, and if it was bad, it was bad. You know?
You usually had to wait like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just want to say, like, or your friend will be like, yo, that's dope, you should check it out. Or they'll be like, don't watch that. Like, it was more of a word of mouth thing.
Yeah. And
You had to wait like after the weekend's over and see in the newspaper what people
That's
say.
embargo, right?
yeah, and so I think that's the same. That's the truth here, and so I generally just avoid reviews.
Yeah.
Not to say that these people's opinions aren't right or they don't know what the hell they're talking about. It's just that I don't want to be skewed too much. I kind of just want to watch it for what it is. For instance, I saw 10 Cloverfield Lane with no idea whether it was a good movie or not.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody who watched it, so nobody talked about it in any capacity. But even usually when someone says it's good, that's a close friend of mine, usually it's good because we're all are like-minded. And sure enough, I watched it, loved it. I thought it was great.
I thought it was alright. Like I
Yeah.
didn't think it was bad. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
think
it
people were
was.
saying it was a bad movie or something.
No, I liked it.
But
Yeah, I liked it a
I
lot.
thought it was cool.
Yeah, the only part that I didn't like was the end. But you
Oh
know,
yeah.
I don't let that kind of stuff affect me. For instance, like one of my favorite movies is Sunshine, and it has a very similar symptom where all up until like the last 20% of the movie is just like this super awesome space like terror movie. And I use the word terror because there's no real monsters, just the terrifying fact that you're floating in space with all the things that could go wrong in space going wrong in space, right? And just like this, like the kind of movie that it was, where you see Mercury floating across the, like they're hey, we're about to pass Mercury, and then they all go in the sunshine room, right? And they're just watching this little silhouette of the planet go past, and that scene kind of encapsulates like what I loved about that movie. It just like shows you like how like scary, but also how glorious what they're doing is. You know, like being able to see something like the planet Mercury with human eyes is pretty spectacular. You know, but the sun is freaking hot, so they can't like they have to always be behind the solar guard, right? And it was good. And then at the end, they're just like solar monster. It's just like, oh man, you know,
Wasn't enough.
monster,
Wasn't enough.
monster. And I heard like that was like an executive producer type of decision. They're like, there's not a monster in this, and the director is
Oh.
like, dude, like there doesn't need to be.
What?
There doesn't need to be. Like people will generally be terrified of just space and like what goes on with space. Like if you watch it, like you can see like everybody has a role. Like there's a guy that's like straight to the point. There's a guy who's like um, suicidal. There's a guy who's like thirsty for the curiosity, you know. And it's the terrifying thing about the movie was human nature, right? That's what it was. That was like the thing. And then all of a sudden they just say, "Nah, fuck human nature. There's a monster now. Everyone's just trying to survive against a monster." You know, and you're just like, no, what? Oh, you know, it like takes out like the drama, but like I still loved it because like it was like the last 10 minutes of the movie was like that, right? The rest of the movie is not like that. It's like awesome, like space, like like curiosity, which is really cool. I think it was really really good.
What was
And
that called?
Sunshine,
Sunshine. All right.
yeah, you should watch it. It's freaking rad. And then but like I said, like what I just said might skew you now. When that moment happens, you might have loved
Oh,
it,
shit.
but then you're gonna be like, "Oh, what? AJ's opinions coming through my mind."
I'm gonna be like, oh, just wait till that monster, man.
But it's
Damn it,
yeah.
AJ.
But universally, everyone agrees like that last moment's just kind of silly, right? I mean, it's cool like the way that they approached it. It wasn't like like it wasn't like there was a genuine monster, one-eyed monster running around. Like the way they
Something corny.
yeah, the way they portrayed it was really good. Actually, it was really cool and very interesting, very unique. It's just that it just didn't make sense. Like if you watch it, you'll see like it's about human nature. It's just about like how all these people have different kinds of things that represent what's great and awful about like not Americans but humans. You know,
The sun monsters.
and yeah, it's just about like why the awful things about us being humans, right?
Those are the better movies.
Yeah,
They're just like, they're things that you can kind of reflect on in your day-to-day life and start to see some of those like attributes in people around you.
yeah. For instance, there was a guy who's super calculative. Like he's or not calculative, but he's like just constantly like, we got to follow the rules. We got to follow the
Right.
rules. Like forget like what you personally think. Forget about like religion. Forget about like we got to do this because if we don't, everyone's going to die on Earth, right? Humanity is going to die. Something very similar like what Interstellar did, right? Like yeah, imagine like Interstellar, right? Like you had that movie, and at the very end, instead of like the Tesseract scene, you just have like this like if Matt Damon was just like a dinosaur. It was just like, rah, 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 and then starts eating everybody on the ship. It's not that extreme, but imagine something of that nature. Just like out of nowhere, like you just have a monster, right? Like literally like something that's hunting and killing everybody for no real reason, right?
It has no motivation. There was no build-up. Like,
Yeah,
just kind of tacked it on.
yeah, like it didn't build. The movie wasn't built to make you think anything like this should happen, right? It's not like The Thing where like it made you start to suspicious like yeah, there might be something odd going on here, or Alien, right?
What was the other one? Like, wasn't it Cloverfield? Right? Did they
10,
have like the
10
monster and like the
yeah,
shaky camera?
so 10 Cloverfield Lane is the same problem. Is what I'm trying to get
Oh,
at the very end. Like, but it was kind of justified. It wasn't like such a blindside though. I would say.
Yeah, well, they talk about the monsters
Yeah, at least they're like talking about stuff.
at a time.
It's like whether or not we believe it or not, right? Which is great. That's like the whole thing, like whether we believe it or not. But the best moments of that movie were like the parts where like, okay, whether you believe it or not, like the next question is, are you willing to live with this lunatic? You know, like, are you willing to like survive in this shelter with a lunatic? You know, and that's what was really cool about it. I really like that. Like, what would you do? Right, and there's some really awesome moments that like threw me for a loop. I was like, "What? Oh my god, no way, dude! No, no, oh, nah, nah." You know. But anywho, I think I'm done painting. I've just been rendering for no reason. All right,
That's
guys.
super dope.
Super hot,
Super.
super hot. Anywho, I'm gonna stop it here, guys. Thanks for everyone who hung out with me. Appreciate you guys. Michael, Will, Miguel at the last second, John leaving early. Thanks for everyone who's just joined the chat. Sorry I didn't get the chance to read or talk to some of you guys there. Next time I will. You guys are awesome. Shout out to all the... Hey, Nick. Nick's up in here. What's up, Nick? Jarrett's up in here. Remy. Yeah, sorry, Remy. We're just ending. But these are all saved, so it's no big deal. But anyway, yeah, love you guys. Peace out, guys, and then get back to work. And
See ya.
laters.